Hello, this is YouMineWeCraft, and today I'm going to be doing part 5 of my how to set up and maintain a Minecraft server. Now, part 5 is all about configuring plugins, and since Essentials and Group Manager are such big plugins, I'm going to be doing 2 separate videos on them. So one for Essentials and one for Group Manager. If you wish me to do any other plugins configuration videos, feel free to ask and I'll see what I can do. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start off with Essentials, and we installed that in the last video, and it is by there. So if you go into the Essentials folder and open up the configs, it'll open up this right in front of you. I recommend using Notepad++ or some other software like that, because just using a Note document is a bit hard to read at sometimes. You can't see which bits you need to change and which bits are just notes for the user. So through most of this, you will be able to tell which each thing does using the description. If things are really self-explanatory, I'll just skip them. Otherwise, I'll explain them to you. So you have a bunch of information here. This header by here shows you that everything below this section will be in the essentials.jar. So say for instance there's a section for anti-build and you'd never use anything in the anti-build section, then you can just remove the anti-build.jar. Same thing with chat, group, protect, essential protect, and essential spawn. If you don't use anything in that section, you can just simply remove it. The global one you have to run any of the others, and it's the one that contains the most stuff itself. Okay, so OP name color. So when you're OP, you will have this certain color name. Now, if you just Google Minecraft color codes, you will come up with this. So, if you exchange this symbol by here for the AND symbol, so AND 0, AND 1, AND 2, AND 3, and A, and B, and C, and all them, you will get the color codes for everything. So, if you want your OP name color to be dark blue, you will simply put a 1 in there. I think 1 should work, or and 1 should also work. This is the nickname prefix, so when you have a nickname, they'll have that symbol before their name, so you can tell they have a nickname. This disables if you have other plugins modify the name. So if you wish to disable this plugin to affect name changes, you can. With things such as this, you can enable it and disable it by moving the number symbol, I think it's called, like that, and then you disable it like that. And this gives all the information for them by there. The teleport cooldown is how many seconds after you use a TP or spawn or home command. How many seconds after you can use another one. So you won't be able to use it like 5 seconds. If I put 5, you won't be able to use it 50 seconds, so on and so forth. The delay between teleports, so you type the command, then you have the delay, and then it teleports. That's all explained by there. Health cooldown, how many times each second you can use the heal command. Item spawn blacklist. This is a list of items which you are unable to spawn at all. So if you don't want with the skeleton skull to be spawned in, so they can't produce, people can't make withers, then you can add that by there. Not too sure about that, but as it says, more information by there. Spawn mob limit. So when you use a / spawn mob space creeper space 100 or something, you won't be able to spawn it. You'll be limited to 10, so you can only spawn 10 creepers at a time, or 10 whatever you want at a time. More on the use of lightning command. These are overridden commands which are unable to be used, so if you want to enable them, just remove the number symbol. Disabled commands, you can add any commands you want by here. If you don't want them to be enabled, you just simply remove it, and they work like that. Information for what each line looks like for each command will be in here, but that's more of group manager stuff. So say for instance by here, this is nick and clear. If you want to know how they are laid out, you type name of your command, say spawn, it's there, so it'll be line spawn, should be. and then it'll remove the line command. You should enable it like that. Social spy. Now, when you have social spy enabled, you can see when anyone else uses the commands in this list. So if someone messaged a player, you will be able to see what the message sent, who sent it, and who it's sent to. Player commands. These are all commands. You can also see them here. So you can find the spawn command, wherever that is. The spawn command in this list if you wish to disable it, or in this list if you wish to be told when someone uses it. And it works like that. Kits are for when someone uses the /kit command. So you can do /kit space tools, and it'll give them those items, with this amount of delay between the next time they can use it. This is kit space t tools. It'll give them this, and it'll also give them different durabilities, different enchantments, the name of it, its lore, which is the text underneath its name, and other stuff like that. So you can copy that, change it, and you can get different stuff. Now there's a kit notch, which gives you a player head of the character notch. Color, which you can color books with the color codes I said, like and4, and you get them from this website right here. And there's also fireworks and other stuff like that. Now, Essentials comes in with a built-in sign shop, and you can do shopping with it. You can find out your balance of your player. You can sell, trade, dispose, warp, kit, mail, enchant, game mode, heal, everything about there. Spawn mob and everything. So if you wish to enable it, simply remove the number symbol and then it's enabled. So if you wish to be able to have sell and buy signs with essentials, you'll simply remove that and remove that. I'm unsure why it's disabled by default, because I always straight away enable it so I can use sign shops on my servers. Sign use per second, it's cooldown again. Backup information when the world's backed up. Not too sure what that is. Not sure what this is either. Most of this stuff is more too advanced, really. You never really need to go in depth with some of the stuff like here, like that kind of stuff. Remove God on disconnect. That's self-explanatory. If you have God and you leave the server, then God will be disabled until you come back on and type the command. Auto AFK, after what amount of time you don't move, it'll kick you. Alright, it'll set you to AFK, sorry. This one will kick you. If you set to -1, then it doesn't work. But if you're AFK for like 20 seconds, you can set that to, then it'll kick you from the server. Freeze AFK players so they can't move or be damaged, I believe. Your monsters can't push them. They'll be temporarily in God mode while they're AFK. So disable IM pickup while AFK. Self-explanatory again. Cancel AFK on interact. So when you move, it'll turn off AFK. Death message when someone dies, obviously. Now you can set no God in worlds. Now I have this set for an arena world when no one can have God in it, because it's all about you versus players, and if you have God then you completely cheat. So you can do it like that. You can change the name of the world, so world nether, or you can have world end, or if you have new worlds like arena like I had, you would just change this word so it said arena. So world teleport permission, not too sure what that is. So the thing is, if the commands are allowed, yeah. So this is more to do with group manager. So you can set permissions per world. So default stack size for an item, I believe. With the So like I thought. So if you do the /item or /give, it'll default, at the moment it'll give you the default amount of items, and so full stacks. Like if you do eggs, it'll give you 16. If you do a sword, it'll give you 1. If you do dirt, it'll give you 64. But you can set that number by here to whatever you want. So it could give you 200 by default. So oversized stack size, so that's a maximum stack. This is if the repair enchanted command can be used, and safe enchantments can be used. I'm not sure what that one's for. Delay wait before people can cause damage after logging in. So yeah, when someone logs in, they'll have that much delay before they can, I think, be damaged by anything. Max fly speed. So this is where the / speed command. Max walk speed, miles per minute. So all maximums. Maximum temp ban time. So if you only wish, it's like if you don't want someone to be temp banned for like thousands of years, some people do, then you can change that. And that is the end of the Essentials plugin. Now we go on to Essentials Home. Now Essentials Home, I believe, is still part of Essentials.jar, maybe one of the others, but I think it's still to do with that. So update bed, daytime, all different stuff you can change for it. Build home permission, set multiple homes. So a default will get 3, VIP will get 5, staff will get 10. Stuff like that. So you can see this is the permission node which will be coming onto for the bucket group manager plugin. TPA accept cancellation. So if you send someone a TPA request and they don't accept it within 120 seconds, then it's automatically cancelled. Okay, so Essentials Eco, it's all about money, and I believe that is again one in the Essentials.jar default one. So starting balance, I normally put this for something like 100 or 50. So you can set it to some commands remove money. So if they do a kit tool, that removes a certain amount of money. You have a maximum amount of money, a minimum amount of money, a money symbol, which only changes the pound sign. Economy log enabled, so it'll log all the interactions with buy, sell signs. This is Essentials help. That's also in the normal Essentials plugin. I never really, there's no really need to ever change that, but if you wish to, you can read all the configs about it. Now Essentials Chat. Now Essentials Chat is this plugin, and if you do not use any of the commands in that section, then feel free to remove the plugin, as it will not change anything. So there is a shout command. Is on about the shout command? Yeah. So there's a shout command, and when you shout, everyone in a certain radius can hear it. So it's not broadcast to the server, it's only a certain radius, and you can set that radius by there. This is the format. Now I can change this format and enable that one, which means it'll say the group name, their name, and then whatever message they say. And you can have it per group. So this is a group for the group manager. The next plugin I'm going to be doing, so you can have it so admins have a different layout than say defaults or stuff like that. This is Essentials Protect. So it's the Essentials Protect plugin, and if you don't use anything in this section, then feel free to remove the plugin. So you can prevent all this stuff by here. It's all self-explanatory. I normally disable withers so they can't damage anything. And then you can prevent them actually spawning here. So you can prevent ender dragons spawning, withers spawning, and everything like that. So creepers, max height. So you can disable creeper explosions with -1 if you wish to disable them, and you can say, I believe it's the radius of the creeper explosion. So you can disable fall damage, disable PvP damage, disable drown damage, suffocate, lava damage, everything like that. Okay, so here's the anti-build section. So that is the anti-build plugin. Again, if you don't use any of the things in the area by here, feel free to remove the plugin. So this says if players at all can build, if players at all can use equipment and stuff like that. Warn on build disallow, so warn when they do something they're not allowed to do. Alert. Now you can alert on place, so you can alert when a block is placed down, an item is used, or a block is broken. Blacklist are blocks that cannot be placed. So these blocks cannot be placed, that cannot be used. You can have it so you can't break certain blocks. You can have blocks which pistons can't push. Naturally, they're bedrock, chests, and other stuff with inventory space and obsidian. Blocks which should not be dispensed by dispensers. So essentials spawn / new players. That's this plugin. And again, if you don't use anything, then you remove them. So newbies, you can have this set so when someone joins the server, it says welcome their name to the server. I normally have welcome their name to the server to start your island, because I have Skyblock server. To start your island, type blah blah blah. So you can have information by there. You can have a separate spawn point for people when they spawn new. So when people spawn their first time, you can have that separate spawn point from everyone else. If you wish them to do like a test or something before they can actually get on the server. And they will be given the kit tools. All information is by there. Spawn priority. Respawn at home false. So every time they respawn, they respawn at spawn. And that is the end of the config. It's very lengthy and everything can be changed so much. That's why Essentials is such a widely used plugin. It's because there's so much configuring you can do with it. You can change loads and loads to do with your server. And because that took me so long, that's why I split up into 2 videos and not had that and the group manager one. Because if you wish to watch the group manager one and not the essentials, you would have had to wait a long time just for me to get around to group manager. And group manager itself is, I don't know if it'll take me as long as essentials did, but it will be a lot more complicated. It probably will take me a lot longer as well, because the way I do group manager, it's very well laid out. Everything's easy to read. And I'll probably be having my configs for download if you wish to download mine and change them, which I find is a lot easier. And that's what I do when I ever start up a new server. So, thanks for watching this rather long video. Hope it didn't get too boring, and I hope I covered everything. Like I said, if you want me to cover another plugin, just ask. I'll see what I can do. So, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and share. If you want to watch any of the videos, the playlist will be in the description. And goodbye.